Good morning to you all. Today we will be discussing about work breakdown structure, almost the initial portion of project management, the institute level. It is an elective for all the B degree students, project management. There it is work breakdown structure. What is the importance? Why we prepare a work breakdown structure? And based upon that, how the planning and scheduling of the project is being carried out. First, we will understand what is the meaning of work breakdown structure. A work breakdown structure is a deliverable oriented hierarchical decomposition of the work to be executed by the project team to accomplish the project objectives and create the required deliverable. All the work contained within the work breakdown structure, it is to be identified, estimated, scheduled and budgeted. So what we can see here, the entire project is going to be divided into manageable units so that the planning and the scheduling can be carried out very easily. It is a key project deliverable which organizes the team's work into manageable section. That means while we divide the project into manageable section, it is easy for to manage the entire project. The PMBOK, that is the PMBOK, Project Management Body of Knowledge, they have defined the word WBS as a deliverable oriented hierarchical decomposition of work to be executed by the project team. So we have seen already what is PMBOK, what are the 10 functions of PMBOK, that also we have seen. So they have defined it as it is a decomposition of work to be executed by the project team. Why we prepare? What is the reason why the work breakdown structure is being done? The main purpose of a WBS is to reduce the complicated activities to a collection of tasks. That means the major activity, it can be divided, it can be grouped in a smaller one, and then it can be carried out. The task can be carried out very easily. This is important for the project manager because he can give the task more effectively than the complex activities. So if it is going to be divided into a very simple task, then the duration also can be assigned, and also you will be able to give the work to the subcontractor or even to a smaller group also it is possible. If it is a complicated, complex one, it may be difficult. So we are trying to reduce to a smaller unit. This task, what we prepare, it should be measurable, independent, and there should be clearly defined the limits. That means the upper limit, the lower limit, the scope of the activity, it should be very clearly known to the people and also to the organization. Why use a WBS in a project management? Why it is important? Because we can see that the project management or the execution, everything starts with the WBS. Without a WBS, we will not be able to prepare our schedule charts, we will not be able to assign the work, we will not be able to find out the cost that is going to be included. So it's not possible. So any good project management technique Any good project manager, the first and the foremost duty is to prepare a WBS for the project. Those who are experienced, for them it is very easy because they are well versed with what are going to be the activities and how it is going to be prepared. For newcomers, yes, identifying the activity slightly difficult, but it is a must. Number one, establish the dependencies. We are aware that in a larger project, maybe 200, 300 activities are going to be there. We do the activities one after the other. So that means the activities are actually usually interdependent. Which is the first to be completed, what is the second to be completed, what is the third to be completed. So you will get a clear idea which are the first activity, which are the second activity. You will be able to find out the project timeline and develop a schedule. What is going to be the available time? Based upon the available time, we are preparing. It is not that we go on doing the project. We have to see to it that the available time, that means the project contract time. Maybe it may be 2 years time or 3 years time or 4 years time. Whatever may be. So the available time should be made use of and see to it that the project is going to be completed. So for that purpose, what we do, we write a statement of work. We call it as SOW. One of the key acronyms we are using. So the project manager, the engineer in the site, even the supervisor, and to the extent the people, they should know what is the statement of work that is going to be included in that particular activity. This will assign the responsibilities and clarify the roles to be carried out. The project manager will be informing the engineer, the supervisor, yes, this is what is expected and this is what you are supposed to do. The progress should be tracked properly and also estimate the cost of the project. It is very easy. If the entire project is to be taken and the cost is to be calculated, it is slightly different. But if it is going to be divided into smaller units, you will be able to identify, yes, this is going to be the cost of first unit, second unit, third unit, or all the units together. Will be able to estimate the cost of the project almost correctly. Even though we say it is an estimate, but you can see the variations are going to be maximum 5 to 10% only. And during the project, when we are carrying out, there can be n number of risks to be associated. In our chapter on risk management, we have seen what are going to be the risk which is going to be there. So while we prepare a WBS, work breakdown structure, we will be able to identify what are going to be the risk that is going to be involved. So altogether, what are going to be the benefits that we are going to get out of it? A work breakdown structure is a tool that can be used for projects, programs, and even initiatives to understand the work that has to be done to successfully produce a deliverable. We'll see it defines and organizes the work required. It facilitates the quick development of a schedule by allocating effort estimates to specific sections of the work breakdown structure. It can be used to identify potential scope risk if it has a branch that is not well defined. It provides a visual of the entire scope of work. It provides a visual of impacts when deliverables are falling behind. It can be used to show and assign accountabilities and responsibilities. So these are considered to be the benefits of creating a work breakdown structure for all the projects. Here in the figure you can see a project is being taken. Now initially it is divided into 5 different: initiation, planning, execution, control and closure. So second stage. Then again that initiation is going to be divided into 5. Appoint a project manager and a project team. First activity, sub activity. Very clearly we can say sub activity. Define the goals of the project. Get customers buying and assess the feasibility. So these are going to be the major project, the name of the project, the major activity, the sub activity, or the elements it is going to be there. So in work breakdown structure, what we do is the entire project is going to be divided into sub projects, activities, and even sub activities, so that each and every activity, its scope is very clearly known, the duration required is known, the cost involved is known to you, and the work can be allocated to subcontractors. So subcontractors also will be knowing, yes, what is the scope involved in that activity and what is going to be the risk that is going to be involved in that one. The second one we can see here, it is about the planning. So when you do the planning, yeah, what are going to be the risks that are going to be there, how do you analyze the risk, then creating a scheduled and a task plan, setting the budget and establishing the communication process. Coming to third one, execution. Yes, while we do the project, what are going to be the steps to be carried out, status updates, compare plan versus actual progress, improve process continuously, and the documentation work. And in control phases, control, scope creep, change management process, performance tracking, and the quality management. And then the final one, the closure. What we have actually studied from the project, how do you prepare a project report based upon what we have done, and the product delivery and the project closure. So this is the importance of work breakdown structure. So ultimately, as what we can say is that for any kind of project, a work breakdown structure is required. Work breakdown structure will help the project manager, the engineer at the site, the supervisor at the site, the people at the site, the subcontractor. It is going to be a very clear-cut idea about what they are supposed to do. So that is the reason why a work breakdown structure is required and is being prepared. Or you can see the basic step in project management, or the starting is going to be for any project, we are supposed to prepare a work breakdown structure. I hope the subchapter is clear to you. That is work breakdown structure and its importance in project management.